Um, First, I'll explain Margaret's symptoms. One day she felt anxious while shopping, like nervous and panicky. It went away after a few minutes and she carried on doing the shopping again. But these things repeated worstly and happened again. Feeling hurt beating fast and bring thoughts about like she will pass out. So ever since then, it has been a real effort to go out for her, to go shopping or anything other else. And sometimes she bursts into tears for no reason that she feels anxiety. To check out what makes her feel anxiety, we have to ask more specific questions, something about her childhood, because as we learned in the class, GAD was like that the anxiety can start because of their childhood story. And also, we have to ask more specific situation about the time that she felt on the first anxiety to diagnose if Margaret is really on GAD. But I think even doctors said she is a generalized anxiety. I think her symptoms is more similar with panic disorder. Because first time she felt was a sudden and intense feeling or anxiety. And the fear, discomforted, reaches a peak within minutes. Other criteria for panic disorder is that person has at least 1 month of concern about the possibility of more attacks, worrying about the consequences of an attack. And it really is similar to Margaret's symptom. So, what's the interventions could be used with Margaret? From now on, I'll talk about these. First, the repeated anxiety brings panic. Like once we feel panic at the first time, because her anxiety happens with no other specific reasons, it's more important it will be having a panic with lots of anxiety. Secondly, interoceptive conditioning, which is a classical conditioning of panic in response to internal bodily sensation. And this happened to Margaret. Third, cognitive factors. This is a catastrophic misinterpretation of somatic changes, like Margaret feeling heart attack and feel as like she might have passed out because of this panics. And this creates a vicious cycle, which is really bad to her. For the last, anxiety sensitivity index, predicting development of panic. Example from Margaret's case, she noticed her heart beating rapidly and worrying she will die once because of this fear and anxiety. And this, when she gets a fear about this, will happen again and again. And for the last, I think she is doing well and puts a lot of efforts to get over this anxiety and panic disorders. What she said at CBT, she said, I got this pain in my chest. I thought it was a heart attack, but I remembered reading about panic attacks and how people think they are going to die. So she told herself it was a panic. That helped for about 10 seconds. Then I panicked again. I couldn't keep it all together, so I left the shop. After 10 minutes, I went back and finished the shopping. Like she is keep working on it and try to get over what she thinks. So I think it's very important about thinking and saying to oneself that this is not a real situation and it is just because of panic and nobody will look at me, so don't worry about like embarrassing things. So we have to try keep, and also she has to try to keep going outside, and most important thing is to not avoid the situation. Thank you.